I am sort of the dry, sardonic, judgmental, supremely intelligent one. So
Yes.
I had to
Yes.
play Dorothy.
Have front
Oh
row.
my
Yes. I
God.
mean, it might be second row, but Jackie, I feel like you can get us front row.
Well, I feel like at this point, people should pay extra to sit back a little.
Yeah.
And my mother goes, I want you kids to know you can bring home whoever you like. A boy, a girl, it doesn't matter. But if they're Sicilian, you're out on your ass.
Super excited for today's guest, Phyllis.
Okay, am I going to be surprised?
You're going to be surprised. I'll give you a little
Yay.
hint. We're going to be talking about roommates.
Oh,
All right?
boy. I
Yeah.
gavolt.
Do you have any like roommate horror stories from your younger years?
I do. Yes, I do.
Yeah?
Yes.
What's the worst roommate you've ever had?
The worst roommate I've ever had? She was in Cleveland, and I was 24 when I moved out of my parents' house, which did not go over well. And
October 12th,
no,
right? The day you broke their heart?
Oh yeah, that's when I moved out. That was July 12th.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And Dad never said that. Mom always said
Yeah.
it because she was dramatic. I don't know where I got that from. But I had this woman that I did not know. Woman, she was a kid like me, 24, and she would write bad checks.
Oh.
And there were people coming to the apartment to try and get her car. What do you call that when your car's they take your car?
Like repoing it?
Yes.
Ah.
And literally, I had my friends move me out while she was at work, and we're just throwing my stuff out into
Oh,
the truck.
no.
Yeah, she was a nightmare.
That's
Scared,
awful.
it was kind of frightening because she, I think, owed people money, and there were shady people coming up to the apartment.
Oh,
and
no.
I said, you know what? After this, I'm never having a roommate
Yeah,
again
never again.
unless I marry one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And was that when you finally got a roommate, when you got married? And
Yeah. After that, I lived
Yeah.
alone.
And now all your roommates are dogs.
All my roommates are dogs.
Are those the best?
They let me stay with
Yeah.
them. Yes. But yeah, roommates, that's interesting.
Yeah.
How about you?
So oh gosh, there's so many, especially just like living in LA in my 20s. But I think the one that kind of always comes back to me, my first semester of college, I went to Loyola Marymount here in LA. And my roommate, he was very bro-y. He was very nice.
He was very what?
Very bro-y.
What does broy mean?
So he was pretty bro-y, kind of like jock vibes.
Okay.
Like he was very nice. But I remember one time he ate tuna in our dorm room, and he threw the half-eaten can away in our trash can. And then I guess after like a couple days, he realized like, oh, the tuna that's gone bad is starting to smell.
Oh, my
So he sprayed it with Axe body spray.
Oh.
And it was the absolute worst smell I've ever smelled in my life.
You
Do you know what Axe body spray is?
No.
It's like what 14-year-old guys like, spray on themselves as like, oh, like this is going to be my cologne or it's like prepubescent boys wear it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
It was disgusting.
That is really gross. Yeah. And you probably never ate tuna fish again after that.
No. Anyway, our guest is on Zoom today.
Okay.
I'm so excited for you to meet them.
Okay.
We're going to meet them in just a moment.
Oh my God.
Phyllis, welcome
Hi.
Jackie B to the show.
How are you, Jackie?
Well, actually, right now, I am Dorothy Zbornak.
I know you are. I can see that.
And I know she didn't sound anything like this, but I always say you have to give people what they think they remember.
That's well, she kind of did sound like that.
She did. I think it's spot on.
I think it's spot on.
Your Dorothy Zbornak is the most spot on, impressive Dorothy I've ever seen.
Okay, we're done.
Yeah. That's the whole show.
So good to see you and meet you.
Nice to see you. Nice
Thank
to meet
you.
you. I'm sorry I couldn't be there personally.
I know. I heard that you got a little ill.
Full disclosure,
Yes.
no good deed goes unpunished, and I performed at a huge benefit at Precinct, the big gay bar downtown,
Yes.
because they're struggling a little, like most businesses.
Yes.
And 2 days later, it was packed. So 2 days later, I felt like doo-doo. I'll pretend like I'm on an episode of the Golden Girlz.
Yes. Yes.
Try not to cuss too much. But the good news is I tested again today and I'm negative.
Yay.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Good.
We're glad to hear that.
Glad to hear that.
Well, this is, we're in our first season of the show right now, but we would love to have you back at the table in person next season when you're feeling better. We've also reached out to a few of your co-stars, and we would love to do like a little Golden Girls, episode moment.
Is this the one you were telling me that they all do the?
Yes. So can you tell Phyllis a little bit about Golden Girls Live?
I'm a huge Golden Girl.
She is.
I know every line.
Me too.
Yes.
I know every line on all 4 of the actresses' faces. No, we're not the first to do it. I feel like every city has their Golden Girls troupe, including San Francisco, and I think there's one in New York and one in Chicago, and we are the Los Angeles Queens, and I've heard from a lot of people that we're the best.
You are.
Anyway, and I started this little production company specifically for this type of thing called Reruns in Pantyhose, because I think it says it's all. It says it all. It's reruns of classic TV shows, but in drag. So reruns in pantyhose. And when we do the Golden Girls, we don't change it. I mean, we have fun. We get campy but the scripts are so good that we don't need to rewrite them. Occasionally we will, look out into the audience when we make some 1985 reference and scream Google it, because nobody knows what we're talking about. Young people.
So you actually do the skit. You actually do the show.
Yes, I'm a little afraid to say that. We call ourselves the Golden Girls Live, and we spell it with a Z, girls, because I feel like we won't get sued that way. But listen, we're not making tons of money. It is completely a love letter to them. So, but we don't change the scripts. We do have fun with it, and we do take a few liberties. But my point is, we've done Who's the Boss? Three's Company, Designing Women.
Oh, that's
amazing.
Fun.
No, but when we went to do those, I was like, this isn't funny. Like, God love these shows. They don't. So we had to rewrite them and make them musicals and make them filthy and just go off the rails. But for the Golden Girls, we just do 2 episodes. And then for costume changes, we show somewhat problematic, commercials from the 80s.
Right.
Yes, they are very problematic. I've seen several of your shows, and it's actually funny to look back. Well, I think there was like a toothpaste in the 80s called AIDS or something like.
It was a weight loss.
Yes.
Weight loss.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and so before the AIDS epidemic, there was a commercial, and it said, lose weight with AIDS.
Yeah, so, which has a very different connotation.
Yeah.
Woman gleefully saying, I lost weight thanks to AIDS. So
Right.
Thank God we're at a place where we can laugh at that now. Trust me, as a gay man of a certain age, I am thrilled that we're at that point, to be honest.
Of course. Did you always know that you wanted to play Dorothy, or were you considering any of the other Golden Girls?
Great question, yes.
Thank you.
I mean, personally, but it really is typecasting. Sherry Vine plays Blanche because she's a, man-hungry
Slut.
Thank you. And I am sort of the dry, sardonic, judgmental, supremely intelligent one. So
Yes.
I had to play Dorothy. Plus, there's a physicality. You know what I mean? Like,
So
I'm
you're tall.
I'm a little bigger than everyone else.
Including Sophia.
Yes, our Sophia is Sam Pancake, who is not a classic drag queen, but a comic actor who's been on everything you can imagine, like episodes of Friends, and he's been doing it forever, like all of us. But like I said, more of a comedian and a character actor than a classic drag queen. But I have to say, and Drew Droege plays Rose, so I feel like with me and Sherry, we are huge Golden Girls fans, and we're very method, and we do, heighten it. Sometimes when we go get a wig done, somebody will do the dead-on wig, and I'll be like, no, this is a drag show. You need to put a bicycle pump in it and make it bigger. It's not, we have to play to the back wall. Right. We don't have a TV camera, a foot away from us. Plus, we're men. My point is, Me and Sherry kind of channel the characters and really nail it. So if you're a huge Golden Girls fan, you get that.
I
But
do.
then
I am.
Sam, I'm telling you, Sam and Drew are like the Golden Girls on acid. They are. Yes. So if you don't even know the show, you're still screaming with laughter because their choices are so bonkers.
It's all so funny. I've seen several of the shows, and we're you don't know this yet, Phyllis, but we are going to Golden Girls Live on September 5th. I already bought your ticket.
Yay!
We are going. We will be front row. We have the VIP tickets.
Oh my, where is it?
It is at the Largo. Is that correct?
Yes.
It's one of those places that has like 5 names. The Largo at the Coronet.
Yes, I used to play the old Cafe Largo. I've known Flanagan. Flanagan? Is that right? I always call him Flanny. Anyway, I've known him for like 35, 40 years.
Wow.
And I hadn't seen him in a long time. And we used to do it at Casita del Campo in the basement of this Mexican restaurant. And then they had to close the theater. The restaurant is still open and wonderful and marvelous. Please go support Casita del Campo in Silver Lake. But we had to move it quickly, and we moved it to Largo. And I feel like Flanagan was one of those people that, like, I hadn't seen him in 30 years, and it seemed like I'd seen him yesterday.
Wow.
Aw, that's beautiful.
Everybody loves him. Largo is the place to go for stand-up comedy, and now it's the place to go for the Golden Girls Live.
There you go.
Is.
Oh, I'm
It
very
is.
excited. Thank you.
It's
That's
really
very
fun.
sweet.
We're
I'm
gonna
very,
have-
very excited.
We're
And we
going to have a
front
good
row?
night. We have front row.
my
Yes. I mean, it
gosh.
might be second row, but Jackie, I feel like you can get us front row.
Well, I feel like at this point, people should pay extra to sit back a little.
Yeah.
You know, like, or we should force everybody to rub a little Vaseline into their eye.
I love it. So is there a Stan on the show?
I'm sorry?
Is there somebody playing Stanley?
Oh, you know what? We had never done any Stan episodes because Stan is a hard one to,
Yeah.
because he needs to be bigger than me,
Right.
first of all, or it doesn't really work.
Right.
And we had a friend who was maybe going to play it, but he wouldn't shave. I don't want to say who he was. And it just wasn't going to work. So we had him play a different character. So anyway, we ended up getting Nina West.
Oh, I love Nina.
Nina is such an amazing drag queen and a really great actor, and did it with like a bald cap and the physicality and, you know, giving me a run for my money as far as physical, you know, like, what's the word I want to say? Like, just, what is that word? Gravitas.
Gravitas.
Yes. Yeah.
Standing next to me, like, Nina West was such a great Stanley, and it was two of the funnest episodes we've ever done. So we have done Stanley. These are not Stanley episodes. Let me tell you the ones we're doing. We're doing the one with Big Daddy, which is when he's getting married to
Yeah, when he's getting married to the young redhead. Yes, yes.
the widow Spencer,
Yes. And Blanche hated her.
younger than Blanche, and she had a little bit of a problem with that, as you can imagine. And our friend Mario Diaz, who is amazing, plays Big Daddy. And then we are doing the one where Blanche's sister Charmaine writes a steamy novel, and Blanche is convinced that she's stolen her life story.
Yes, that's great.
I love it.
That's great.
And our very special guest is one of my favorites from Drag Race. And when I say this, I am not blowing smoke. One of the most gorgeous drag queens I have ever seen in my life. And then out of drag, one of the most stunning men.
Yes.
It's not fair. Scarlet Envy is
Scarlet Envy. I'll show you photos. She is absolutely fabulous. I drove past, there's a convenience store on Sunset called Pink Dot.
Pink
and I
Dot.
saw Scarlet Envy, not in drag, walking out of that convenience store a few years ago. Just absolutely stunning. I think I slammed on the brakes.
you know that Pink Dot was before there was Grubhub, obviously, before you could get like things delivered. Pink Dot was legendary and groundbreaking. Like, I want a chocolate chip cookie at 3 a.m. Call Pink Dot.
And they'd let you write a check.
There you go.
They'd come when I wanted a cookie at 3 in the morning.
Did they bounce like your roommate's checks?
That was Cleveland. Yeah, but yeah.
Oh, edit that out.
Yeah, my old roommate she had a problem with her checks were rubber.
Well, you know,
Yes.
that was back in the day. There was a lot of rubber going on.
Yeah. Do you have checks?
No, not at all. I
Do
used to
any
have to
of
pay
you-
my rent. We have some Gen Z on the crew. They don't use checks. I can speak for them.
They use the portal.
They use Venmo or Zelle.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
I still have checks, but
Do you?
I have checks.
I don't use it for many things. But I will say that all the, like, when we do a production like this, I'm kind of in charge, and, you know, I have business checks. So
Right, yeah. I mean, when my nieces got married, I didn't want to put cash in the envelope because that seems to have a way of disappearing.
Oh, well, we do like that.
Yeah.
We do like when older people give us checks.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're okay with that.
Okay, you're
I'm sure
okay.
she loved that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she absolutely did. Because I'm like, I'm not Venmoing you. That just seems so, like, not wedding material.
Right. Yeah.
So I do have checks. Well, we're older.
let this robot give you a hug and a kiss.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Phyllis, I got so much done this week.
Well, that's a headline.
It can be so hard to concentrate when I'm working from home, but I just joined Soho Works in West Hollywood and I've never been more productive.
Well, tell me more.
Soho Works is this incredible co-working space designed with creative people in mind, right on Sunset Boulevard. There's meeting rooms, private desks, free coffee, free food. You know I love to eat.
I've heard of this. It's what you 20-something-year-olds call a third space.
Exactly. Honestly, you would love it.
I've earned my retirement. Work is for the young.
There's free happy hour every Thursday.
Sign me up.
Soho Works, when your home office just isn't cutting it. Learn more at sohohouse.com.
That's funny.
So we've talked a lot on the show about Phyllis's origins in LA, coming out here to be an actress in the early 90s. I'm curious to hear sort of your LA origin story. How long have you been here?
And where are you from?
Where are you from originally?
Well, this is your life. I was born in West Covina, California, at Queen of the Valley Hospital. I
There
mean,
you go.
appropriate.
Yep.
And when we're all done with this, will you please Google pictures of me in real drag? Not,
sure. Yes.
you know, not just like throwing on some Dorothy Zbornak and sunglasses.
Yeah.
And
I can do that, but I do love the wig.
usually it's much more colorful and over the top and fun and punk rock and whatever you want to call it. But
Okay.
anyway, so, oh shoot. I was born in West Covina, California. We moved when I was 2 years old to the suburban hellhole of Scottsdale, Arizona.
Oh, God.
It is a great place to grow up if you like Southwestern art, the color beige, and date rape.
Yes.
I just am so over Arizona right now with their bad politics. So sorry, you know, it was a great place to grow up because we went to Mexico several times a year. We would go tubing down the Salt River. If you drove the opposite direction, you could go to the mountains and there was, you know, we'd sled on the snow. It really was an amazing place to grow up. My parents were amazing. Their best friends in the 60s and 70s were a gay couple, and the four of them did everything together. The hardest part of me coming out was that everyone had me clocked from age 4. I was like, don't assume that I'm gay just because I know every line from every sketch on the Carol Burnett show. You know?
Exactly. Exactly.
I was like, let me do this on my own time frame. So anyway, then so I grew up in Scottsdale, and then my parents got a divorce. My dad married the checkout clerk at the grocery store, and
There's always a story.
yeah, and we moved to Bakersfield for 1 year, and then we moved to Orangevale, which is near Sacramento. And then after I graduated high school, I moved back to Los Angeles and slept on some friends' couches. And I was a serious artist and a poet, and I took it all very seriously. And then I used to go to these open mic nights here in Los Angeles. I think one of them was at Largo, at Cafe Largo. And they would have open mic night, but you would sign up and they would never, ever get to the boring people who were not celebrities. You know, so you would show up and sign up, and it was always Ali Sheedy and a very messy, who's Iron Man?
Oh, Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, Robert Downey Jr. back when he was.
When he was doing, when he was buzzed.
So anyway, obviously, celebrity-driven, system. They never got around to me. So one week, I got really mad, and I wrote a poem, and it was very beatnik. So I decided to do beatnik drag.
Oh, that would be interesting.
I mean, like black wig, black turtleneck, a black skirt, boots, a beret, all of it.
Wow.
So I showed up, and not only would they not let me read or even sign up, they wouldn't let me in the door. Because the people who ran it, listen, Cafe Largo was totally cool, but the people who were taking over that open mic night were not cool. So anyway, I was like, oh, I did this whole look, and I wrote this hilarious poem, which was a stand-up comedy routine in the guise of a beatnik, poem, telling people to snap their fingers. So I went to Rage. It was open mic night, and I walked in and I signed up, and there was a woman with a clipboard, and she's like, what's your name? And I didn't have a name. I didn't want to use my real name.
Right.
So I was thinking to myself, oh my God, Jack Kerouac, Jackie Kennedy, the Beatniks, and I just blurted out Jackie Beat. And she wrote it down, and the rest is history.
Wow.
I love that.
That's amazing.
So I've been doing drag for 36, 37 years now.
Wow. All in LA mostly?
Yes, I mean, I've traveled all over the world. I lived in New York from 96 to 2000.
Where did you live at?
I lived South Street Seaport,
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
2 blocks away from Ground Zero. And it was amazing. I went there we did Valley of the Dolls off Broadway at Circle in the Square. We did it here in Los Angeles at the St. Genesius Theater, which doesn't exist anymore. And Ron Delsner, who was, one of the producers who brought the Beatles to America, he was like, this is hilarious. He got the rights. We did it off Broadway for the longest time. So Kate Flannery, who plays Meredith, the redheaded drunk on The Office, was...
Oh, yes.
Hit by the car, my favorite scene.
She pulled my wig off every 8 times a week. And I played Helen Lawson, and it was amazing. And New York was amazing, but the New York I missed doesn't exist anymore.
Were you there when 9/11 happened?
No, I had just left, and when I called, I couldn't get through to my roommates because they lived really close.
Yeah.
And I kept calling, and I couldn't get through. And finally, one of my roommates picked up the phone, and I said, "Is everybody okay?" And he said, "There are 40 complete strangers in our living room right now."
Oh my
It was this
gosh.
huge loft. He's like, they're covered in ash,
Yeah.
and they just, when they were running away, just ran inside the door and up the stairs, and they're all sitting in our living room right now. So,
What a big heart to let them all in.
yeah, well, I mean, what are you going to do?
Right.
The alternative is pretty harsh.
Burning in hell for the rest of your life.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. So how did you decide, what was your upbringing and what made you decide to go into this industry, what you're doing?
Well, listen, I was always a little show pony, I was just, look at me. My brother and sister are 7 and 8 years older than me, and I was clearly an accident, let's be honest. And what a delightful accident.
Yes, the best.
And I really did come out of the womb, as gay as it gets. People are totally born this way,
Yes.
obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously.
I mean, anybody who argues that point, first of all, anytime somebody argues that point, I say, okay, let's go there. Let's say it is 100% a choice. This is still America. How come I'm not allowed to make that choice?
Right.
True. Yeah.
Right.
I believe there are some lesbians who, you date 3 assholes and you're going to become a lesbian. You're like, fuck this shit. Can you bleep all that?
You can say whatever you want.
That's hysterical.
Don't tell me that.
It's like saying I chose to be left-handed because the world is made for right-handed people.
Also, here's my argument. If it was really a choice, there would be times throughout history, like in the 80s, where most gay men were dying in hospital beds.
Right.
where people would stop making the choice.
Right.
Are places on the planet where making that choice gets you thrown off a building, gets you killed. Back in the day when nobody knew that there was another gay person on the planet and you were all alone thinking, I'm the only one who has these feelings. So why would anybody make that choice? They act like it's some fashion statement, or like I'm just trying to be cool, or I'm just trying to annoy people.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's an interesting topic to bring up because I think we've spoken about this before outside of the podcast. Like, I always say that I love being gay. I love everything that comes with being gay. I mean, I am speaking to you right now because I am gay, right? Like, if I was straight and like kind of, gravitated more towards my conservative upbringing, I would not be on a podcast right now with a 7-year-old woman talking to a performer.
67.
Talking to a 39-year-old female impersonator.
I said, just if you're saying I'm 70, just say I'm 80, so everyone says I look really good. So,
that's the best way to do it. To backtrack just a little bit. So growing up, I mentioned, the Carol Burnett show. I grew up on the Carol Burnett show.
So did I.
Cher, like all these, I always gravitated to women. First of all, my mother was born in Italy. She was born in Milan. She was a beautiful woman. She could sing like you could not believe. She's vacuuming the house and singing, Edie Gourmet, like better than most singers on TV. I gravitated towards anything feminine. And I think the reason, and I hate to even say feminine, what does that mean anymore? Sure. Societally feminine. Women can express themselves fashionably with the makeup, hair, even like the songs that they sing. They can show a wider range of emotion. They can be campy. They can be maudlin. It's more fun.
I think so.
More fun to be a woman.
I think so. I would never want to be a man. I just wouldn't.
I mean, I don't want to throw anybody under the bus. I've said this a million times. I totally understand drag kings, and there are drag kings that are taking it to a whole new level now, and they're so creative, and they really are entertaining and amazing, and like I said, but I used to think almost every drag king I go to see is putting up a wall of machismo, whether you're a rapper, Sinatra, Elvis, like it's kind of and it is a statement, for a woman to be dressed as a man and playing with misogyny and, being sort of Mad Men adjacent. So I get it, but personally, I want glitter. I want jewels. I want color. I just want to have fun. Girls just want to have fun. So I want to be a girl.
I actually
dressed as Cyndi Lauper once for Halloween, and girls just want to have fun. You mentioned your mom was born in Milan?
Uh-huh.
Are you Italian?
Sorry?
Are you Italian?
Yes, I'm half Italian.
I'm whole Italian.
Look at this nose.
It's a beautiful nose.
I beg your pardon.
So, both your parents are...
Mom's, well, we got the bad side. Mom's family is from Sicily.
I've got a story.
I want to hear that. And my dad's family was from Florence.
Okay.
My favorite city.
I love that.
I love Florence.
Tell me the story.
I told you my brother and sister were 7 and 8 years older than me. So at an appropriate age for them, but not me, she sat the three of us down at the kitchen table in Scottsdale, Arizona. And my mother goes, I want you kids to know you can bring home whoever you like. A boy, a girl, it doesn't matter. But if they're Sicilian, you're out on your ass. Wasn't kidding. And I later learned, Mom, you don't know what you're talking about. Sicilians are the hottest people on the planet.
Right.
Well, but they also are known for starting the mafiosa. Let's be real.
Sexy people.
That's hysterical.
Well, I love the story that you tell about your father, because your dad's side was from
Florence, and then they migrated to Naples.
Still just a stand-up Italian guy. You tell this great story about how your dad, some guy wronged you, and he pulled a bat out of the closet, and it's just, I mean, he is just like, in my mind, the quintessential Italian
there
man.
was I just got my driver's license. I took my brother and sister to the little local grocery store, and we pull up. I'm 16, and this guy is doing obscene things in the front seat of his car and wanted me to see.
Let's put it this way. He wasn't driving a stick shift, but
You're right. So we go in. I said to my brother, don't tell Daddy when we go home what the guy was doing, because he was naked. And so my brother breaks his leg going up the stairs. Dad, you're not going to believe what this guy did to Phyllis. My father grabs a bat. We're very into baseball. Goes driving back to the deli, and the guy's still there. And he goes, is that him? And I said, no. And so he went inside, talked to Mrs. DiStefano, and she said, well, there's a bunch of people that have station wagons up and down the street. We went, and then, I let the guy off. And so maybe 20 years later, I told my dad the truth. He goes, why did you lie to me? I said, because I didn't want you to go to jail.
He would have killed him.
I think he would have smashed the car, because, I was 16. So, yeah.
I have so many great stories. My mom was hilarious, but like I said, just dry and very judgmental.
Yeah.
Like she'd be, oh my God, I can't believe, look at that. What is she doing? Like she was just, and all her friends were gay. She was, she really was the ultimate fag hag, I got to be honest. And which was an acceptable term back then.
Yeah, it still
Isn't it
is.
now? I never know what to say anymore.
I can say it. Jackie can say it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I say it?
I don't know. I mean,
I
you
think
are
so,
one.
yeah.
She is one, so maybe it's tricky. It's tricky.
They tell me all the time what I'm allowed and not allowed to say. Like the other day, I said I want to sit Indian style. I thought he was going to have a stroke.
Crisscross applesauce.
Yeah. Get with it, Phyllis. We got to fill her in.
Fill her in.
Exactly.
But no, my mom, she just was like, I'm trying to think. She would always, she's the one that taught me how to tell a story and don't let the truth get in the way of a good story.
Right.
We went to, I remember once she visited me and my boyfriend in the 90s. She came to visit us. We lived in West Hollywood, of course, and we went to see the reissue in theaters of Gone with the Wind, which I had never seen, because I'm the type of person who thinks, oh, this is, about the Civil War, who cares?
Right.
Little did I know. I was sitting there aghast. It was an amazing movie. I was like, I can't believe this. So after the movie, she's like, let's stop and get a bottle of wine. She always said bottle of wine. So my mom sounds like she's from Transylvania when I do an impersonation.
I love it.
Which is, again, kind of appropriate. She drew blood very often. But so she's like, let's go get some wine. So we go to this little liquor store, and she gets a bottle of wine, and she's like, can you change $100 bill? And the guy's like, no problem. So she gives him the $100 bill, and then when he's making change, he starts, all of a sudden, has a different attitude, and he's huffing and puffing and having just not thrilled. And she's like, you said there was no problem. And he's like, yeah. So then, when we're leaving, she just goes, oh my God, asshole. And she turns and walks away. Well, every time she told that story, it got bigger.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, you know what? You're an asshole. And then it got to the point where she's like, I went to leave and I grabbed that bottle of wine and I looked that guy in the eye and I pointed at him. And if you know me, you know I don't point at anybody. And I said, you know what, honey? You're a real asshole. And I walked out the door. And
Was your mom a little Italian lady? Was she tiny?
She was pretty slight, yes. And then as she got older, she got more voluptuous. She was very earthy. It's weird. She was this weird combination of earthy, but like bodily fluids and things like that, like very, very uptight and kind of crude. But I think it's, she was raised in a convent/orphanage in Italy.
Oh, she was?
Yeah. So she has horror stories.
Yeah.
And yeah, she was amazing. I mean, she was very B. Arthur adjacent.
Yeah. Does that help with your kind of developing your version of Dorothy? Did you kind of look back to your experiences with your mom? Did that kind of play into that character for you?
A little bit, because she always had an air of superiority. And I feel like, Dorothy Zbornak is, she's always the smartest one in the room. And
yeah.
And she was Italian.
And yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm taking it from the way you're speaking. Your mom's no longer with us.
No, she's not.
No, okay. I'm sorry.
No, both my mom and dad are gone. I always say my mom died of embarrassment because she had like a series of these very mini strokes. And I'm like, Mom, will you please go to the doctor? Oh, I don't want to stand in front of a complete stranger naked, getting poked and prodded. I'm like, nobody wants to.
Right.
But, the other choice is dying way too early. And that's exactly what happened. She was just done. These are people who smoked 24/7, unfiltered.
Yeah, my mom smoked when she was pregnant with me.
Yeah, exactly. My mom drank Stingers and smoked cigarettes. And, if that's how you make, a legendary drag queen, go for it.
Now, do you, besides doing the Golden Girls, and you named the other shows that you've done, do you write, stuff that you can do on stand-up by yourself, or are you just following?
Well, I'm most famous probably for song parodies. I ruin every pop song you've ever heard. I've been doing an annual holiday show because it's one thing to rewrite regular pop songs, but when you take Christmas songs and Hanukkah songs and, mostly Christmas songs, let's be honest, they win.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, I did, what is this stupid, oh my God, I can't believe this is the new me with my brain just doesn't work.
That's me.
Mariah Carey's big, huge Christmas.
Oh, the Christmas song.
All I Want for Christmas.
She
Yes.
makes $1 million.
For Christmas is You. Well, I rewrote it as Please Don't Sing About Christmas, You Jew. The whole song is about how Barbara Streisand, Barry Manilow, all these Jews doing these, Christmas albums. And obviously I'm playing a character who just hey, come on, please don't sing about Christmas, you Jew.
Right.
So it's very politically incorrect. And so I think song parodies are what I'm most famous for. But I'm also in the Writers Guild, and I've written for Joan Rivers.
Wow.
I write for Roseanne, and I toured with Roseanne before ...
Yeah.
Right.
comment.
Right.
And, Margaret Cho, and I've written 2 shows for Elvira.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And so I've written for a lot of people. And so, yeah.
That's
Do
amazing.
you like performing or writing better, or both?
Well, let me tell you, nothing takes the place of the live audience. I'm sure that, it's so Entertainer 101 to say that, but it's true. There's nothing like being on stage and the audience is like just hanging on every word. But by the same token, there's nothing like sitting in bed in your underwear with the air conditioning cranked and your 2 dogs, and you're making money by just writing on your laptop.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I love both.
Yeah.
And the older I get, thank God I'm still getting hired. I just wrote on a series it's an animated series on Tubi called Breaking Bear. And it's all about, it's kind of like bears, but like Breaking Bad, but they're actually, it's in the forest.
Right.
And I thought I have no idea if this is even funny. I have no idea if this is going to work. I have no idea how big this is going to be. Well, Brendan Fraser plays the lead bear.
Oh,
Are
wow.
you serious? That's
He's an Oscar winner. So I was like, and now they just asked us for season 2, so that's going to start shortly.
good for
So
you.
That's
I
amazing.
feel like, okay, I'm 62. So,
I'm glad you said that. I was going to ask you.
oh, well, I say it on stage all the time. And the
Yeah, I
reason
say-
is,
I-
and I have a lot of friends in show business who are like, do not tell people that. First of all, you're like a cartoon character. Nobody would know how old you are. Don't say it. And I'm like, you know why I say it? Because the kids need to know.
Right.
Kids need to know that there's no expiration date on fierce, fabulous, and funny.
You're absolutely. I tell everybody how old I am. My sister won't. My cousins won't. I'm like, I love being 67. What's wrong?
Yeah.
For me, my 60s are my favorite decade next to my 30s.
That you've kind of gassed them up to the point
Yeah.
where, like,
it's-
I look forward to them someday.
It's fun.
And
Yeah.
I will say, sitting in a room with a bunch of 20 and 30-year-old writers,
Right.
I'm like, what is that? And they have to tell me, but then occasionally I say something and they're like, what is that? And so, and occasionally I'll get a note, like maybe something from the last 3 decades.
Yeah.
I think it's good to have people from different, generations
Absolutely.
Well, that's how we
Yeah.
learn. That's how we learn.
That's the point of this podcast in a lot of ways, is to have these sort of like intergenerational conversations. And I met Phyllis when I was 23. So you were what, late 50s, I believe?
Yes.
And there were a lot of like, you know, evil twinks that, you know, would say things like, oh, like, is your old friend coming?
Yep.
Which, sorry,
I
Phyllis.
want to know who
But,
said that.
well, I'll tell you off camera.
already
I just instantly clicked with her. And there's so much that I get from this friendship that I don't get from friendships that I have with people who are my age. And there's just so much like wisdom.
Have you ever read the book Velvet Rage?
I have, yes.
I have not.
Yes.
The most important thing in the Velvet Rage is he says, when you walk into a party, do not only pay attention to and speak to the people you want to have sex with.
Yes.
If you do that, you are cutting out all these body types, all these women,
Yeah.
all these people who are maybe of an age that it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
Like,
it
I go
is.
through life, listen, I always say this, when I'm ordering a coffee, I'm 2 feet away from another human being. I make eye contact. I don't give them my life story, but like I talk, I smile. Like these people who go through life thinking that like other people don't matter, or like you got to let people in. You have to be open.
You have to.
I love being,
Yeah.
I'm very open, and I love that.
I mean, our friendship is honestly, for me, like one of the greatest gifts. Like we
Aw.
talk about like, you know, chosen family and how that's important for queer people. And I'm from Texas. My family is amazing and lovely, but they're just not physically here. And so, you know, I've turned to you for so many, you know, losing jobs and breakups. And yeah, I remember like, I lived in LA for about 9 years. I left, my grandma fell and I went back to Tennessee where she was living, stayed with her for a year. And when she passed away, I called Phyllis. I'll never forget, you said mission accomplished, because you had been in that situation before of losing a parent, losing someone who was close to you. And I knew I can call Phyllis, and
I don't even remember that, but that was pretty
you
profound.
said mission accomplished, because I was there the whole year, and I will never take it back. I love that I, you know, had that time with her, but I knew that Phyllis would get it in a way that people my age, you know, might not get.
Yeah.
And listen, the relationship between gay man and straight woman, not to assume anything, Phyllis, I'm sure you've had your dalliances. I mean, listen, you put 2 girls in an 8-foot by 10-foot, you know, dorm room with some Bartles and James, and something's going to happen. But here's my point. The relationship between gay men and straight women is like not just classic, it is sacred.
Yeah,
I agree.
it is.
Absolutely.
Cleopatra's hairdresser was probably her best friend.
You
Yeah.
know, I I have a friend, and I bought a new lipstick, and he's gay, and he said, "Oh, you look like you were embalmed.
Yeah.
It's not working." I threw it out before I could have returned it.
Yeah.
And I threw it out because he was my fashion person.
Yeah.
I don't
we
know
are-
if I
we're-
provide that same. I'm not necessarily a
Well,
fashion
no,
gay.
no, that's not true. So last week, my hair is very curly, and I have it blown dry straight. And last week I didn't, and it was very humid. And so I get here, and I said, "Matt, how does my hair look?" Because it was like all cattywampus. And he went,
Well, she put her head under the sink. It was like when Frenchie got her ears pierced. No, not Frenchie. When Sandy got her ears pierced, she had her whole head under the sink.
I did not stick my head under the sink. But no, that was trying to help it. But, but no, you've let me know, and it's like,
Yeah.
you know.
But
It is.
Listen, let's be honest. Straight men need to lie because they're still trying to, you know, get a little something.
Right.
But gay men can be brutally honest, but, you know, love. And I would want somebody to be honest.
Me
yeah,
too.
I have no reason to lie to you.
You have no reason to lie to me. So how's your personal life? Are we with somebody?
No. And here's the thing. For the longest time, you have to understand, being a gay man, you know, I just thought I was old, fat, like not, I don't know, femme, which is like, so I love now that like people are in, like there's a fan club for everything now. Like,
Right.
you know, there's bears, there's silver bears, there's older people, like people, everyone can be, you know, attractive. And now I have a regular.
Ah.
I mean, like literally, I think he's come over 30 times.
Well, that's
Wow.
kind of a relationship.
So beautiful. Well, a friend of mine was like, well, then why don't you guys go out to eat together? And I'm like, listen, I like the lunch we just had, but I don't want to, I'm not going to ask the chef to move in.
Right.
Perfect. Like, we enjoy our time together. We have a little talk, and then it's like, goodbye. See you next time.
Yeah.
And I mean, when I say he's beautiful, it's like there are times where I have an out-of-body experience, like I must have done something good in my past life. If you'd have told me at 62 you'll be like having sex, I would have been like, you're crazy. And it's amazing. And I have friends that are just like, we really never, this is amazing. This is a completely new you.
And also, when you get to 61, 62, when you're 30, you think it's old. But once you get to 61, 62, it's not old at all.
No.
Oh, I remember figuring out when I was a little kid, how old am I going to be in the year 2000? I think 37. And I remember thinking, oh, that's so sad. I probably won't even be alive. 37.
Oh, wow.
And now, like, it's unbelievable. Yeah.
No, it's, and if I'll ask my niece, wait, are you 34? She goes, I'm 33. Don't make me older. And I'm like, seriously? It's okay.
Please tell me you slapped her.
I was on the phone.
No, it's good to hear that from you, Jackie, in addition to hearing it from Phyllis all the time, just that there's so much to look forward to. And like, we're doing this podcast right now. I'm also an artist. I'm creating things and doing different things now in my 30s, but it's exciting to think like, what am I going to do in my 60s? Like, what is my, project at that time going to be? And it's inspiring and exciting to think about. And
well,
I think
that's why we tell you, because then it's true.
And especially like, within the gay community, you talk a lot about like twink death. I don't know if that's something that I've talked to you about before, but like the idea is like a twink, so like a hairless, like usually white, blonde, 20-something turns 30 and it's his twink death. And you can make the argument that I died as a twink 4 years ago when I turned 30. And that's definitely something that like kind of permeates the culture, is that you have to be young, and it's not true.
First of all, I feel like being gay and gay dating and gay relationships, and even if it's just gay hookups, it's very much like the entertainment industry. So what's important to remember is that, first of all, just because you're not what 97% of, I'll just say it, stupid, unimaginative, not very fun people want, which is also describing a lot of show business. It's the least creative business. Just because you're not that doesn't mean that there isn't somebody out there for you, or a part out there for you, or a project out there for you. And people need to know that life can change on a dime. One email, one phone call, one chance meeting with somebody. I was having lunch and this woman came by, and I don't even know how we struck up a conversation. She stood for 20, 30 minutes talking, and like we were talking about, you just never know. And, like you could be a part of a project. And so I try to be open.
Yeah.
Like, life can change. You can think it's all over. I worked with, Joan Rivers. She never gave up.
No.
That was the tragedy of her dying, was she was still at the top of her game.
She was.
She knew that this was a business. There's no place for dignity in show business. You just do the job and take what's next. And
remember when she had the albums, the comedy albums we would listen to?
Yes, she had that one that was like the Block Gamma ad.
Yeah,
it was like, a semi-legend.
Yeah, two of the funniest things I remember is she said, I call my daughter every day, and I have the same exact conversation with her. And the answering machine comes on. She goes, Melissa, I know you're there. Pick up.
She was so funny and such a
she her
sweetheart.
gynecologist visits. Oh my gosh.
One where she's like, people don't tell you that vaginas fall.
Right.
I got up the other day and out of bed, and I looked down and I was like, why am I wearing a bunny slipper? And why is it gray? So on that note of keeping alive and staying busy.
Yes.
Oh, what is this?
I
Oh,
found these at Grocery Outlet for $1.99. I was with my friend Muffy. I took one look at them and I said, what kind of live, love, laugh bullshit is that? That's not what being gay is about. There is no avocado green in the rainbow.
that's true.
These are $1.99. I ought to buy them and bastardize them or pervert them. So I did. I bought them, and now it's my new thing. I'm selling these paintings, and I bejewel them. Here's a clean version.
Oh, that's
wow.
really good.
That is
Absolutely
fabulous.
Oh, I love
filthy.
that.
I love it.
And now people order custom ones. Like,
Oh.
yeah. So,
I think
like,
we
let's
should
watch
get a custom
Showgirls.
one.
Yeah.
Let's watch Mono Dearest. Let's listen to Madonna. Let's, you know, and a lot of sex acts, of course.
Of
Where
course.
can they buy them? Do you on Instagram or
If they follow me or message me on Instagram and Facebook and all of that, I'm just Jackie Beat.
okay?
At Jackie Beat.
Yes.
Well, I follow you already. Phyllis
I will now
follow
follow
you
you.
as soon as this
And I'm
episode's
going to
done.
see you on September 5th.
Yes, on September 5th. We will see
This
you.
winding down, the only reason I'm asking is because I didn't plug my laptop in and I'm sitting here looking at like it's about to die.
Yes, we are winding down. We are super excited to see you on September 5th.
And nice to meet you. You're a
Oh, it's so
pleasure.
nice to meet you. And
This was an absolute
a
blast.
picture when you come to see the Golden Girls.
Yes.
movie.
Yeah.
Yes, we
Can't
will be
wait.
there. We'll do a VIP photo. We will be there September 5th, but you're also doing a performance on September 6th.
Yes.
So to all the listeners out there, definitely get your tickets. This will air before the show. And check out Jackie's Instagram. I am going to commission a Phyllis-centric together painting from you. I'll have to brainstorm what that would be, but I can't wait to have one on our wall right behind us someday.
And here's to your mom and my mom having a glass of wine in heaven right now for us.
Oh, yes. Yes. My mom's probably having a stinger, but
Hey Philistines, thank you so much for tuning into this week's episode. For more Filling in Phyllis, follow us on social media. That's at Filling in Phyllis on Threads, Blue Sky, Instagram, and TikTok. Also check out our YouTube where you can find full episodes, bonus content, and so much more. While you're at it, please be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment wherever it is that you're watching or listening. That's a huge help for us as we get this podcast off the ground. Thank you so much for listening.
We love you. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next time.